The race is scheduled for 3 laps, caution flag, 3 laps, caution flag, and a 4-lap drag race to the finish. Bruce Flanders, exciting race out there in the celebrity race. Very, very exciting. But now we're time to pick it up as the Stadium Super Trucks are off and running.
All right, here they come, Sean.
Here we are, there we are, off and running real quick. Out in front right now, it looks like it is the number 83 of Matthew Brabham out of Surfers Paradise. Right next to him is the 888 of Khalid Almadaf. Khalid Almadaf, as Matty Brabham runs it deep in the inside. Khalid Almadaf having a little bit of trouble there. Right behind him, that is the number 57 in United Fiber and Data of Bill Hines as they go around the fountains. They have been told by race control, stay out of the flowers. 2015, they did some heavy gardening in the flowers there, and it was very much frowned upon. There will be penalties handed out for getting in the flowers. As you see, Khalif Al-Madaf in the 88 to the outside. Bill Hines dives in, makes it happen. Right behind him, there's some heavy hitters. So you see Davey Hamilton in the royal purple, number 30, and in front of him, that is Scott. Scott goes to the outside of that bright orange Speed Energy Toyo Tires Traxxas. Does he make it stick? He does. They go down off that big Toyo ramp down the hill as the earth drops out from underneath these trucks as they go over it in a big pack. Keep in mind, folks, watch that red Traxxas number 1. Oh, and the number 14 gets spun around. That is Pat O'Keefe and the Safecraft safety equipment. Had a little bit of love going in there. Lap 1, these guys are running really tight. You get one guy spaz out a little bit, and he's back around sideways right now. There is Dustin Scott. He is on the number 57 of Bill Hines, applying a lot of pressure to him. Behind him, it is Davey Hamilton. Hamilton running very strong right now. You see him come down Shoreline Drive. Matty Brabham in the 83 United Fiber and Data. Check it out on the pack. P2 is Dustin Scott. The number 30, Baldadude Morris. It's all of our trucks. Big air, Pat O'Keefe trying to make up some ground as he almost lawn darts in right here on the main front stretch. Keep in mind, folks, you're going to want to watch in the back of the pack, Robbie Gordon in that bright green Arctic Cat Wildcat 1000 number 7 and Sheldon Creed. There they are side by side in the red Traxxas number 1. Those two starting all the way back in the 11th and 12th positions. Now moving up very, very quickly. I believe almost inside the top 5.
Yeah, Robbie Gordon, he passed like 3 guys in turn 1.
Really quick. 3 guys real fast. But right now on cruise control is the number 83 of Matty Brabham going to Indianapolis 500 this year for the 100th anniversary. Right now, way out front, Dustin Scott running in deep. Smoke off the rear tires as he gets it under control. Dive into the inside, though, is that number 1 red Traxxas over 2015 champion Sheldon Creed. Sheldon Creed moves into P3. Sheldon Creed bit to the outside there. As you see him, good battle with the number 6. Also, one of the teammates of the Safecraft safety equipment, that is Tyler McQuarrie. Tyler McQuarrie very fast a few weeks ago in St. Petersburg. See if he can hang with the front of the pack, but right now these guys are begging for that mandatory competition caution to come out so they can catch up to Matty Brabham. He's out in that UFD, United Fiber and Data number 83, and check it out on the pack.
Oh yeah, he's gone, isn't he, Sean?
He absolutely is, as he is way out in front. Matty Brabham all alone. Right now, Dustin Scott spins out in the number 20. Lets 3 drivers by. Sheldon Creed, Robbie Gordon.
Oh, my.
And he got one over on the lip. That is the number 6 right there, Tyler McQuarrie. Looks like he landed safely. Tyler McQuarrie's going to spin around. It looks like he's got a flat front tire right now. McQuarrie getting off easy on that one.
Off here in the pit lane.
Yeah,
come on, Shoreline. Make some noise for him. He can hear you.
They're going to change that tire, I would imagine, right now. Check on the truck, bring him out after this mandatory caution. Tyler McQuarrie may get his FAA license revoked after that landing. As you see right now, great battle. Dustin Scott moved back some positions, but now he's got Paul the Dude Morris right on his tail. Paul the Dude Morris, a bad man over in Australia, and he is here to win this weekend as well.
Sheldon Creed and Robbie Gordon going at it right now on your big screen.
There you go. Those two back and forth. Robbie Gordon, two-time champion in this series. Of course, won IndyCar races, NASCAR races, Baja, you name it. He is up against our current number 1 of Sheldon Creed, back and forth. But Dustin Scott and Paul the Dude Morris in the black UFD truck right now, they are doing everything they can to move up through the pack. Keep an eye right now on the number 47 blue Traxxas driver of Keegan Kincaid. He has now made some distance up, got past some of the slower drivers. He's got his eyes set on the front of the pack, but meanwhile, eyes on the prize for the number 83 UFD driver of Matty Brabham, as he is way out in front. We should be seeing that mandatory competition caution coming out fairly soon here. Well, they will bunch the pack back up.
Sheldon Creed and Robbie Gordon running second and third now. Remember, they started in the back of the field.
That's exactly right. Them starting all the way in the back. Now things are going to get interesting.
Yeah.
With these guys running up front like that, and the good news right now, looks like Tyler McQuarrie in the number 6, we saw him upside down at speed on the front stretch. He has now got his tire fixed, got a new tire and wheel on. He is back out on the track. So folks, you'll see right now the 2017 version of the Arctic Cat Wildcat 1000 Speed Edition right there. That is the official Stadium Super Trucks pace vehicle right there. As you see Steve Kendall out there running that right now. The pack will catch up to him. He will keep them at bay until it's time to go green. So right now, folks, just to recap, we are 3 laps in the record books. We will come around momentarily here, and we will go into a green flag, a rolling green flag. They will race 3 more laps, go into a mandatory competition caution one more time, bunch the pack back up, and then it will be a 4-lap drag all the way to the finish.
These trucks are tough. I mean, he was upside down here on Shoreline. They changed the tires, and he's back out there at speed.
And he's back out there. Well, you know, these trucks, as we mentioned before, are modeled
Robbie
after
Gordon and Sheldon.
Robbie and Sheldon doing their best Joey Chitwood right there.
Look at Robbie. Last year, he went almost all the way around the racetrack.
An entire lap. It was very impressive. Now, you see, you mentioned how tough these trucks are. They're actually modeled. These race trucks are modeled after the Traxxas RC truck, the radio control truck. So a little different. Instead of the toy being made after the race car was made after the toy. And those Traxxas radio control trucks take such a pounding, and so do these race cars as well. As you saw Tyler McQuarrie upside down on Seashore Drive here. So and he's back out. Throw a tire on there, and he's ready to go.
Sheldon Creed and Robbie Gordon are filling up the mirrors of Matty Brabham right now. And don't you know he's nervous? He knows what's coming.
Oh, he was on cruise control now, but now he's got his work cut out for him, old Matty Brabham does. As they get ready for a rolling green right now, the Arctic Cat Wildcat 1000 Speed Edition pulls into the pits. Matty Brabham leads them off, and they're off and running. And there they go, off and running again out in front right now. Matty Brabham, but in his rearview mirror, he's got some big pressure. The number 1 of Sheldon Creed in that red Traxxas truck, trying to dive it in, run a little bit deeper. Right behind him is that bright green Arctic Cat Wildcat 1000 driver, number 7 of Robbie Gordon. Dustin Scott gets squeezed and pinched off by Paul the Dude Morris. Paul the Dude Morris, coming all the way from Australia, said, I am no longer going to be driving down under. I'm coming up and over you, as he tries to move Dustin Scott out of the way, not able to make that pass stick.
Matty Brabham, boy, he's got his mirrors filled right now. Sheldon Creed trying to get by right now. We'll see what happens down here as they turn on to Pine. If he can outbrake him. Oh, look at Robbie Gordon. No trouble for Robbie Gordon as he spins it around. And we don't know if he got collected there.
Very odd to see that happen. There's a bunch of them pile in there. Sucks in Davey Hamilton. Sucks in the number 57 of Bill Hines, Keegan Kincaid. And now it made for a lead change. You see Dustin Scott pile driving it into the tires there in reverse. That also allowed your champion right now, the number 1 of the red Traxxas truck of Sheldon Creed, to get out in front of Matty Brabham. But back in the 3rd place, Paul the Dude Morris. He is an absolute animal. He's a beast on the racetrack. He's methodical about the way he gets around the track. He is now in P3. As you see, Keegan Kincaid dropping down, going the Go-Go Gadget oil slick there. Looks like he's got a tire down. Oil leaking out right now. Not good for him.
Here's your leaders on Shoreline.
It'll be interesting to see what happens. I would imagine they're going to go into a local caution. Robbie Gordon having some trouble with the truck, bypassing the jumps on the front stretch. Now you can, if you have a mechanical issue, and err on the side of safety and not go over the ramps when you cannot gain any ground. So you saw it looked like Robbie Gordon possibly having a mechanical safety issue and not going off those ramps on the front stretch, but slowing down as he did it. But meanwhile, out in front, we've got a great battle with Sheldon, the showstopper Creed, the #1 Red Traxxas truck. Right behind him, it is Matty Brabs. As they come into this local caution area, see how they navigate around the number 47 Traxxas of Keegan Kincaid. Running in there pretty deep, gets around him. You don't want to door your teammate when he's sitting there parked.
No.
Paul, the dude Norris, in the black and blue 67 UFD truck out of Australia in P3. Robbie Gordon in P4. Behind him, the hood is ripped off on the Safecraft safety equipment truck. And there is Davey Hamilton, O'Keefe in the number 14. Everyone, just about everyone out there with some body damage right now, and we're barely halfway through this race.
Robbie Gordon looks like he may have some damage on the front. Things are moving around a little bit.
Yeah, I believe he does, and I think that's why you see him not hitting the jumps as they're getting ready to go back into a mandatory comp caution right now. I think they're going to take a moment to clean up the track a little bit, as well as the smoke bellows off the left front tire of your #1 Sheldon Creed in that Traxxas truck.
Boy, he is absolutely flying off the jump.
Bottom of the tires and wheels up over the catch fence. Just really selling it right now. But look at the number 6 of Tyler O'Keefe. Tyler O'Keefe was upside down, skidding down the front stretch here on Shoreline Drive just a few laps ago. Now he's back running in within the top 5. We're going into another mandatory comp caution where they bunch the pack back up. You see our leaders slowing down right now as some of the slower guys that got collected in that accident earlier on are getting packed up. Down the front stretch, you see the 888 of Khalid Al-Madaf out of Kuwait City, Kuwait, in the G-Force Auto Works truck. Actually, the 888 Khalid is the 2014 24 Hours of Dubai champion. So that's very, very cool. And the first Arab racer we've ever had here at the Grand Prix of Long Beach. So very cool for him.
Southern California, come on, Shoreline. Do you like these guys? Come on, let's make some noise. Sean, you guys are running this, you race here locally. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we do.
Orange
actually.
County Fairgrounds.
Hey, we're just not far away from September. I know we got the whole summer ahead of us, but it's going to be right around the corner. Late September, down at Orange County Fairgrounds in Costa Mesa. We're going to, in conjunction with the Sand Sports Super Show, for our 3rd year in a row, we'll be down there racing, and that is almost like a stadium-style race. There's asphalt, there's dirt, huge. I'm talking huge, 14-foot high. Double jumps there, absolutely wild. It's a great show. Make sure you go on Facebook, like Stadium Super Trucks on Facebook, follow us on Instagram, or of course you can just go right to the website at www.stadiumsupertrucks.com and get all the information on all the upcoming shows and things, get our TV air times and all that. So absolutely some great racing with Stadium Super Trucks coming on basically right down the street from here in September.
Absolutely. It's a great show.
So you see there is the 2017 version of the Arctic Cat Wildcat 1000 Speed Edition side-by-side.
That is absolutely amazing vehicle. I saw that at the Sand Sports Show when you guys ran that up. We ran it out on the track.
They're insane.
It was unbelievable.
Absolutely insane. If you're a fan of a good time, and I make it a point to never miss a good time, you're going to love this new Arctic Cat Wildcat 1000. It is absolutely so much fun, and you're absolutely going to enjoy it. You come over to our paddock, check it out after the race is over. Arctic Cat's got some other great stuff over there for you to check out with ATVs and things, and you can sign up, get yourself an Arctic Cat hat. So make sure you come over to the Stadium Super Trucks paddock and check that out. And of course, it's the official pace car for Speed Energy Stadium Super Trucks presented by Traxxas. So very new and exciting stuff happening.
competition yellow right now. How many laps are we in, or is this timed now? Or
it is a time session, but if time works out, we did have this caution came up a little bit earlier to clean up that oil slick from earlier on from the Traxxas driver, the number 47 of Keegan Kincaid. Technically speaking, we should be getting a green flag and going for 4 more laps until we see the checkered. It's going to be a matter of, do they have that mess cleaned up? Do they not? Here in Stadium Super Trucks, we really don't care if the mess is cleaned up. We run through it, we run over it. But erring on the side of safety with race control, they're going to stop these guys from getting in the wall, get that mess cleaned up. And now they are off and running. Green flag is out. We should be seeing 4 more laps.
I like that. How Sheldon Creed started that. He just cruised over the Toyo tires jump and then got on it.
Sheldon Creed, if he's out in front, as you see right now, Matt Brabham dive into the inside of Sheldon Creed. Can he make it stick? Sheldon stays on the pipe, keeps it 2-on-2 around. Three-wheeling's a good feeling for Matty Brabham as he keeps it to the inside, steals the lead from our champion Sheldon Creed. Matty Brabham, the UFD 83, back out in front again. Great battle. You can throw a blanket over those top 2 trucks right now. Matty Brabham up on 3, up on 2, parks it in the wall, keeps on going, swapping a little paint with the wall there. Luckily, these Stadium Super Trucks modeled after the Traxxas RCs are tough as nails as he continues on. But right now, we've got a great battle shaping up. We got Creed, Brabham, Paul the Dude Morris, and keep in mind, Tyler McQuarrie was upside down at 100 miles an hour, skidding down the front stretch only a few minutes ago. Right now, he's battling to be in the top 3.
Yeah, in fact, speaking of that, they're heading out of the back straightaway right now. He's trying to move on the outside. Doesn't work. Still running in the 4th spot.
There we are, down that fast section there as they get ready to go underneath the bridge and into the next Traxxas ramp underneath the Firestone Bridge here.
Moved into 3rd.
Now, Tyler McQuarrie moved into 3rd, gets past Paul the Dude Morris. It looks like Pat O'Keefe may have picked up some debris. I think he's got a banner or something wrapped up in his rear bumper. Robbie Gordon bypassing the jumps. It's definitely something wrong. You can see,
the left front is hanging on.
Right apart as Sheldon Creed bombs down the front stretch. These guys on the gas as they go down the front stretch. Paul Morris, rear end really high.
He's finally given up as he's got, looks like tie rods and all kinds of things hanging out the bottom.
Yes, he does. That truck has been seeing better days right now as Robbie Gordon pulls into the pits. He nursed it around as long as he could to get those points. But now, great battle going on out in front and in the back here with Eric Davis in the always evolving Mustard Seed and Replay XD truck, running very well, having a great battle back there with Dustin Scott. But meanwhile, out in front, Sheldon Creed again. This is our 4th lead change of this race in between Creed and Brabham. Now Sheldon Creed feeling comfortable, got some fresh air out in front of him, able to take the lines that he wants to take. He's not being forced to take lines he doesn't feel comfortable with. Starting to pull a bit of a lead. We should be about 3 more laps to the checkered flag if we go by time here. And in the 3rd place right now, Tyler McQuarrie. Tyler McQuarrie had 2 top 3s, finishing in 3rd place twice a few weeks ago in St. Petersburg, Florida at the Grand Prix down there. And here he is again, 2nd weekend out in the trucks after skidding down the front stretch
upside down
on his roof, put a new tire on there, and he's back out and running again. So there we are, Sheldon Creed out in front, looking very, very comfortable as he's dying to see that white flag out, so he only has 1 lap left to go. I think we're just a little ways away.
Tell them where your paddock is, too.
Absolutely. Our paddock right over near the IMSA paddock on the other side of the Firestone Bridge. Looks like they may be tossing the checkered out now. It's hard to say. Time-wise, we're just going to make it. We're getting in another lap. Right now, Matty Brabham in P2. Tyler McQuarrie in P3. These guys way out in front. Paul the Dude Morris in P4 in that black and blue 67 UFD truck. Smoke bellowing off the tires of the number 1 right now. But Matty Brabham is about to have some serious pressure applied to him by the number 6 Safecraft safety equipment truck, the number 6 of Tyler McQuarrie. Tyler McQuarrie has just been a beast in these Stadium Super Trucks these last couple of weeks. Absolutely, he says, you know, I said, what's it like to be in a truck that you've never drove before? He's like, it's just like anything. I just need to manipulate this machine to make it do what I want it to do. And he's proven that he is very capable of doing that as he goes from being upside down to into third position now. See a great battle between Eric Davis and Dustin Scott. Dustin Scott in that bright orange number 20 Speed Energy Traxxas truck. Eric Davis in a Mustard Seed Farm number 75. Dives to the inside. Davis sideways over the jump. Collects himself back up. Right behind him, Pat O'Keefe in the number 14. Swapping positions back and forth. O'Keefe's hood up in his face. Banner hanging off the rear end. Eric Davis dives back to the inside. Epic battle going on, but who's got the best seat in the house for that? That is the number 30, Royal Purple, Davey Hamilton, watching this all unfold, just hoping one of these guys makes mistakes so he can capitalize on it.
Down into that hard braking area, turn number 9. Boy, sideways off the jump like that. It's got to be almost violent when they land.
Absolutely, Terry. I'm glad you mentioned it. Landing straight on these trucks is one thing. You start landing sideways and things start to hurt on your body. And Eric Davis getting real sideways twice off that. See right now, Dustin Scott looking very well. Dustin Scott, his second weekend out here in Stadium Super Truck. Same with Pat O'Keefe. Both those drivers running very, very well this weekend. Have really picked up their lap times from a few weeks ago. I'd be looking to see Dustin Scott, Eric Davis, Pat O'Keefe. I'd be looking to see these guys up on the podium here within the next couple of weeks running very well.
And your mechanics are going to be busy tonight because you're racing tomorrow at the final race after the IndyCar race.
Absolutely. Tomorrow, Sunday, our last and final race at 4:05 p.m. So our mechanics will be busy after this race into this evening fixing this up. Meanwhile, out in front on cruise control, looking really good. That is Sheldon the Showstopper Creed and that number 1 red and gray Traxxas truck, our 2015 Stadium Super Trucks points champion, knocking Robbie Gordon off the podium last year for the first time in this series, running very well. Right behind him in P2, it is Matty Brabham. Matty Brabham in the second spot was leading the majority of this race earlier on, dropping back a position. But does Matty Brabham have what it takes to keep Tyler McQuarrie off him? Tyler McQuarrie and that Safecraft safety equipment, number 6, is obviously a never say die kind of fella. And he's going to apply that pressure all the way up to the very end.
Yeah, you know, and he may be driving a bent truck, too. He was upside down on the front straightaway. He might not be steering properly.
Yeah, absolutely. That thing could be completely out of whack. As you see him now, white flag is out. Matty Brabham all kinds of sideways off that Traxxas ramp on the front stretch. Last and final lap to go. Dustin Scott sends it down the front stretch. Huge hang time for him. Meanwhile, out in front, going around the fountain for the last time under green today, number 1 of Sheldon Creed. As you see these guys really getting some big air towards the end of the race here. It's kind of with 2 competition cautions in it, Terry. It's almost like, you know, going to a high school dance. You want to dance with all the girls, but you want to take it easy in the beginning, but at the end you got 4 big laps left to go, you know. So you see him out in front playing nice and cool. Barely a scratch on Sheldon Creed's truck. Playing it nice and easy. He goes over that Toyo Tires ramp for the last time under green. Back in, Matty Brabham's got his hands full with all kinds of pressure from Tyler McQuarrie. McQuarrie running very well in that number 6 Safecraft safety equipment truck.
It could be a different story. You get Robbie Gordon's truck fixed tonight, right?
I would have to agree. If we didn't have a mechanical failure with Robbie's truck, he would be in the mix.
These two would be really battling.
I would have to think that there would be a lot of paint being swapped right out in front right now. But with only 2 turns left to go, Sheldon Creed and that Traxxas truck getting ready to take another checkered flag this year. Already several wins under his belt this also early in the season. Oh, Tyler McQuarrie spins out at the very end. Looks like taking the checkered flag is Traxxas's Sheldon Creed, UFD driver of Matty Brabham. Unofficially in P3 is Tyler McQuarrie in the number 6. Paul Morris right behind him.
Now they're drifting on the
Yep.
victory lap.
Now they're going for a full drift session.
Look at them. Sideways around the corners.
Absolutely. Very exciting stuff coming from these drivers. You see, and now he's just out there having fun. But the funny thing is that Sheldon Creed's just having fun lap is still fast enough to be in the top 5.
Wow.
He's out there having a good time. Lots of fun for these guys. Terry, I'm going to head down to the podium for a podium ceremony. It's always a pleasure. Thank you so much for having us, Terry.
Hey, great that you're here.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, folks. Remember, 4:05 p.m. tomorrow. Race number 2. Thank you very much, Terry. It's all
Sheldon
you.
Creed spinning it around on your big screen. Oh my, if that's not the most exciting victory lap I've ever seen at the beach. Wow. I mean, he spun it around at pretty good speed there. All right, we'll hold off here on when he comes around and he can really hear you, Shoreline. I'm going to ask for you to take a deep breath and talk to Sheldon Creed as he comes around. But look at him! Look at these guys. They're having some fun. Sean Cermini is headed down to Victory Lane. Again, they'll be racing tomorrow after the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach IndyCar race. They will round out the entire weekend. They are the finale tomorrow. Sheldon Creed. Look at this. Dueling trucks. Off-road drifting.